I'm Lil Bibby, man. From 79th and Essex, Town, man. EBK Rock Block. It's Lil Herb, man. No Limit NB.
My they pulled up, and my racks can't fold up. No limit, you know us. In the kitchen with the...
Nah, that's when Bibby used to be, you feel me? That's why, I mean, I still fuck with these niggas. I still listen to Jerbo and Bibby. I ain't gonna lie. Because these niggas, they tough, but... Like, they old shit. Oh my god, y'all know. They were in their prime. Shit was tough.
Coca, bro, them got straight drops, so I mixed that with the soda.
Damn.
Next day, I'm on the block. EBK, where you at? From other block boys. 83rd to be exact. I thought I got shot in the head because my head was hot. Yeah. That's a foot shot, everybody. My city know I smoke like I'm smoky. Only Dutches and Stogies. Couple blunts that had me up with the homies.
You guys pat him down?
That shit was so easy for this nigga to just rap, bro.
No. Real quick. Roll on your side. You got anything that's gonna poke me or stick me?
No, sir.
What the fuck? Yo, cops be asking anything, bro. What up, mama? The niggas. Yo, you got anything? Nigga, what? Come on, bro. No, he don't got none.
Hey, yo, squad. What's the drill? Back with another video, man. Chi-Town put the drill culture on the map, and with creators like DJ Academics who came on the scene with his Warren Shot rap.
That nigga personal dick sucker, bro. I don't know how that nigga was talking about anything and everything, like.
Rack series back in the day, the world had a front row seat to the gang culture these rappers and their homies in the trenches were living. Today, we gonna focus on one of the gangs and their origins and their come up, their beefs, and their shock and fallout over a decade later. This is the story of NLMB. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. In the east side of the Chi, there ruled a gang that was always in the line of fire. They were young hitters that came up in the trenches and became the trenches for the next generation jumping off the porch. The world now knows them as NLMB, aka Never Leave My Brothers, made widely popular by NLMB members Lil Bibby and G Herbo after they blew up in the rap game. To the streets, NLMB was officially known as the No Limit Muskegon Boys, which as the name implies was a merging of two sets, No Limit and the Muskegon Boys. But before they united their forces and became a gang that wasn't afraid to go at it with any of their ops, they had their own battles to fight that led them into linking into one unit. No Limit's roots are planted in the soil of Blackstone P Nation, which was founded by Jeff Fort, and later on, he'd rename it to El Rukin.
The fuck? Why they do it? The fuck is this? No, probably hiding his face or something, right? But like, why they gonna hide his hand? Whatever.
After he went by his adopted name Prince Malik when he converted to Islam. Jeff Fort originally took over the group Blackstone Rangers and turned it into the Almighty Black Peace Stones, aka the Black Peace Stones, where the peace stood as a symbol for peace, prosperity, people, and power. But the reality is they was looked at as a ruthless gang, an alleged criminal enterprise who flourished, leaving a trail of bodies and overtook Chicago's youth. Now the years passed and the bloodshed kept pouring until it came down to the newer generation, where Jeff Ford's son allegedly began the groundwork that would in time become NLMB. His goal was to take control of a certain area of the east side of the Chi that earned the name Terrortown for the carnage that it was known for in the streets. The area
Terrortown was crazy.
Was located between 75th and 79th Street and had parents fearing for their kids.
Like, how does a place, get a name called Terrortown?
I mean, the name speaks for itself, man.
Sure enough, the streets does what it does and claimed a life, his life. No one knows who snuffed him out because on March 28, 1997, his lifeless body was found floating in Wolf Lake on the Illinois-Indiana border riddled with bullets. Jeff Fort's nephew, Eric Fort, would eventually take up the torch down the line, dragging Terrortown further into havoc. But he too got caught lacking, this time by the cops. And since September 2010, they were doing an undercover operation called Terrortown 2. They had...
I was about to be like, damn, they all getting like the leaders getting taken out, like what the fuck? But he said the cops. I was like, oh, okay. Cause like, imagine 2 leaders taken out. Crazy.
September 2010, they were doing an undercover operation called Terrortown 2. They had surveillance footage of lines of people purchasing illegal substances and caught the Peace Stones in the act. And in 2011, that was that. They swooped in.
Was that a lady? That's a lady. Oh. She's a lieutenant. Oh. Her name is Magic.
and caught the
Yeah. Nah. I mean, like, I know females being in gangs and shit, but it's like, damn. She's a lieutenant. Like, shit.
Peace Stones in the act, and in 2011, that was that. They swooped in and arrested Eric Ford, aka Righty, and other prominent leaders of the gang. After that, it was a power struggle with no one to take control. Things got even more out of hand with different groups forming their own cliques. That paved the way for the rise of the No Limit, home to 79th Street that was split into two groups brought up under OGs G Bull and G Jill. That was the beginning of savages like Bibby, Herbo, Bibby's brother G Money, Pharaoh, Lil Wet, Crazy James, G Main Ski.
Damn. All right, hold on. So we got G Bull, of course, Lil Baby, White Sean, G Money. We always hear this nigga's name. We always hear Cairo, Faro, yeah, Lil Wet. We know that. Crazy James, Mad Max, we know him. C Money, Jog, Mainski, G Jill. I mean, we all hear them. Like, I always hear like most of these names in G Herbo songs. Like, I know I know like most of them. Feel me? But I never heard of Jog, and Crazy James. I never heard of those two.
And Mad Max. The stage was set for one half of what will become NLMB. So how did the Muskegon Boys become the other half? The Muskegon Boys, aka the Muskegon Block Gangsters,
Nah, that nigga Herbo been out since a little kid though. Like, that shit crazy.
was a small GD set not far off from where Terrortown was. The set was allegedly founded by two savages by the name of Doski and Whitebread. It's always crazy how close each of these sets are that are warring with each other. Dudes be literally down the block. The Muskegon Boys territory was right beside Terrortown, but also another rival set of No Limit.
That shit like a 5-minute walk. No funny shit. Nah, what? And Lakeside is literally right here. Like, yo, that's crazy. Like, it's literally right here, bro. You could dead just walking the fucking. You could dead just walking the street, bro. I mean, you gonna get shot, but you could just dead walking the street. You feel me?
In the Lakeside area. Lakeside will become a fearsome op for NLMB in times to come with the KTS gang matching the terror of Terrortown. But before that, it wasn't like Lakeside wasn't applying pressure to the Muskegon Boys. The rivalry between the GD affiliates continued. Wanting to expand their manpower and status in the trenches, an alliance was formed between the Muskegon Boys and Terrortown's No Limit to become what we know as NLMB, the No Limit Muskegon Boys, aka Never Leave My Brothers. Once the alliance was formed, things would take a drastic turn, leading to a trail of bodies and loss for both of them and their ops. NLMB wasn't with following the old ways of the Peace Stone Nation. As far as they saw it, they were their own town, their home, and they were the ones holding it down and keeping the gang's legacy alive. So NLMB stopped referring to the area as Terrortown and being affiliated with their predecessors, the Black Peace Stone Nation. This new generation wanted the credit for putting in work and wanted to stand on their own name, so that's what they did.
We don't really go by Terrortown or the Black Peace Stone thing. We just never leave my brothers. No.
Members like G Herbo and Lil Bibby, who formed a friendship from young, were among those who claimed to have stepped up when the OGs were murked and locked up and the structure fell apart. The ops were trying to move in and they stood on business on the front lines of the battlefield fighting for control.
Who really started the No Limit and the Terrortown stuff, they all, you know what I'm saying, some passed away, some went on to the feds.
G Herbo and them was head first into the gang lifestyle in the streets.
Porch and getting to too much of the street stuff till I was like 15.
Even though they was youngins, they was wildin' and they took on the beef they ain't even have nothing to do with. The mentality of the gang culture don't see it that way though. Dudes started beefing before they were even born, but now they here continuing the beef with people that live right close by. Sadly, that way of life came with a lot of negatives, one being bloodshed. NLMB had a number of ops on all corners, from Black Mob to Pocket Town to the infamous Lakeside set KTS, who branded themselves with the tattoo of a target on their necks. One of these sets turned op was Black Mob. Black Mob and NLMB were cool, but they had rules governing their relationship. Any illegal substances sold on their territory, they had to get a cut. Sounds simple enough from the outside looking in, right? One NLMB member by the name of Vito would make a grave mistake of breaking that code and was dead.
Why, bro? You just wanted to get the cash? Come on, bro. It's always that one nigga that just fucks everything up for everybody, bro.
One NLMB member by the name of Vito would make a grave mistake of breaking that code and was dealt with by the black mob. He wasn't murked, but was violated. Street lingo for taught a lesson. As the story goes, Vito didn't learn from his first mistake, and his pride got in the way of common sense, and he spun the block trying to take out a black mob member. That was already a bad move, but what made it worse is that he tried to do it with family members around. Failing to complete the hit, the tables were turned on Vito when black...
What the fuck is wrong with that nigga? You knew the code. You didn't follow it. They didn't kill you. They beat you up. And they said, don't do it again. And you do it again. And then you go slide. Like, what? With family members around? Like, really, bro? At least, like... Man. Niggas really be, like, prideful. Like, they really... Nah, that's crazy, man.
Black mob retaliated and allegedly hit him up. News reports state that on April 27, 2009, officers responded to gunfire in the 7800 block of South Essex Avenue about 1:20 a.m. to find Devious Johnson, aka NLMB Vito, lying on the sidewalk with a gunshot wound to the chest. A man by the name of Trinity Walton, aka Black Mob Boo, was convicted for the body and sentenced to 60 years behind bars. There was no turning back after this point, and Black Mob was added to the growing list of NLMB ops. They were some formidable foes though, especially with Black Mob marksmen shooting shells on the job. While they had to fend off his attacks, they had bigger fish to fry with KTS brothers, KTS Vaughn.
Bro, so, like, it was that one nigga fault though. It's like, why would they put all, like, I get it though. Like, I get it. For me, niggas don't fuck with each other and shit. Because of that one nigga, because he went to kill somebody. But it's like, it was only him. Like, it's not like everybody wanted to, you know, switch up or like do some dumb shit. But like, that's really just crazy how they just say fuck everybody because of that, because like one of their mans died. Like, damn.
And KTS Dre, who followed in the footsteps of their pops. They were savage with it, lurking NLMB guys and putting them on a shirt, wearing it around the block, even in music videos. That didn't say that NLMB was just sitting in the field as target practice though. They was taking out ops left and right all the same. Word is their top hitter, Mad Max, was involved in wetting up shooter shells allegedly.
Yeah, we all know Mad Max.
Investigators believe it was a targeted hit and linked to gang robbery, mainly NLMB due to connections in his diss track Death for 150, released months prior to him being murked. Mad Max himself was also murked later on, with KTS Hell Rel being arrested for the hit. 2021, after both Shooter Shells and Mad Max passed, unsealed court documents show that the feds had Christopher Jackson, aka Mad Max, as one of the suspects in the gruesome hit of Shooter Shells. Both KTS Vaughn and KTS Dre were later murked themselves after leaving their legacy of bloodshed and savagery in the streets of Chicago. June 23, 2015, Vaughn was murked in the greater Grand Crossing neighborhood. June 23, 2015, Vaughn was murked.
It said Vaughn. I'm like, what? Not a Vaughn I know. What?
And savagery in the streets of Chicago. June 23, 2015, Vaughn was murked in the greater Grand Crossing neighborhood on the south.
R.I.P. though. No funny shit. And R.I.P. Kid Vaughn.
Outside, as stated by police. The hit happened in the 7500 block of South Ellis Avenue at 2:05 p.m. Reports state that Vaughn was hit multiple times and pronounced deceased at the scene. It has never been confirmed who carried out the hit, but many speculate NLMB due to
since today. Damn.
Evidence like NLMB Mad Max, aka C Money, who was at the time still alive, changed his IG bio to Big No Limit the Smoker, and NLMB affiliate Chopper's cryptic message on IG. Ops were patiently waiting for KTS Vaughn's older brother, KTS Dre, to post bail and be on the outside again. They caught him just one day after his fiance posted bail, and it was personal. Cops found around 64 shell casings at the scene.
Nah, what? Right after he come home? Nah, they don't play. They don't play.
Fiance posted bail, and it was personal. Cops found around 64 shell casings at the scene, and Dre was riddled with just as much as well. I can only imagine what the person in charge of the autopsy had to deal with. Bullets rained down the moment he walked out of Cook County Jail.
Developing this morning, a man is after a shooting right in front of the Cook County Jail.
NLMB outlived their ops, but that didn't mean they didn't suffer major losses themselves. G Herbo keeps the name of his homies that he lost in the beef tatted on his arm, and even released the mixtapes Welcome to Phazo Land and Ballin' Like I'm Kobe, dedicated to his homies G Phazo and Kobe.
On the Phazo Land, I got the name of the tape from my homie. He passed away, his name was Phazon. called Faisal. We named hood, I just told you, after Faisal man. So, Uncle Faisal, I'm just gonna really.
G Herbo almost got X'd out by his ops when they pulled up and sprayed at him and the homies, hitting many of them as they tried to dip. Herbo missed a headshot just by a few inches. One of the shots went through his fitted and another caught him in the leg.
Actually, it was kind of big. It was like 8 of us got shot. Me.
I'm just thinking like, don't fall. You know, I'm thinking I'm hitting the head. I'm just like, don't fall.
Both of the main faces of NLMB, G Herbo and Lil Bibby, made it successful in music, with G Herbo going mainstream and Bibby co-founding Grade A Productions, a record label with his brother G Money, signing huge artists like Juice WRLD and the Kid Leroy. Still, even with success, it's always something. NLMB started having internal trouble. No Limit Cairo, who was in the famous KTS No Lacking series where KTS Dre caught him lacking at a McDonald's and punched him out, he accused G Herbo of being a fraud in a 2022 interview, saying he don't live the life he claims in his raps and he left his guys behind.
So, yeah, Herb gonna get us out this shit now. He made his song, Just Bars, Sneak This Baby. I would never leave my brothers. He got on and he forgot his homie. Threw that shit in the rap. Sneak this song. So now we like, yeah, bro, ready for the people type shit, you know? We like, oh yeah, we really rooting for him. Like we rooting for him without him like doing shit for nobody or nothing but.
Herbo would respond basically saying he could provide the opportunity, but if dudes don't make the best of it, that's not his fault, because he gave them the opportunity to make something of themselves in the first place.
And my intention's always been to do that and pull all my loved ones, everybody I love with me, and survivor's remorse this shit. If you're not able to get on the ship when that fucking take off, it ain't my bro.
NLMB isn't as tight-knit as they once were, but at least they outlived their ops. Now it's just up to them to stay out the way and keep making music and keep making money.
Damn, that's crazy. He said that when he had a chance to go up, he should have brought the people with him. But like, no. He said the people that he was trying to break up with him when he was going up, they didn't want to come with him because he gave them the opportunity. But then they didn't want to come, right? So now he blew up, and then they said that he left them behind. That's crazy though. Yeah, but y'all fuck with his reaction though. Like, y'all want more story documentations, like reactions like this. Y'all subscribe, y'all leave a like, y'all tell me in the comments. Y'all tell me what I should react to next, and y'all stay safe.